What is going on, everybody? We're here. We're live. It's 11 a.m., but it doesn't quite feel like 11 a.m. It feels a little more like 10, doesn't it, Jay? How's it going, buddy?
Yeah, I was up early for my live stream, and man, I'm dragging, man. Whew. It's just weird. I want them to I'm sure some people need the time change. I don't know who. Maybe that's why we keep doing it.
I think it's
But
like
if
farmers and like
Yeah.
people that do things like have outdoor businesses and golf courses and shit like that. I don't know.
I just wanted to stay this time. Like, I don't want to change it again. I don't want to change in November. I think it's like super dark. So
I talked about this a little bit yesterday. We all bitch and moan and whine and complain about this day specifically every year, this one day of the year, every time it comes around.
Yeah.
And then we get over it. And
It's true.
And then, come fall, man, you wake up, you're like, God, I can't believe my alarm hasn't gone off yet. Like, what's going on? I feel so good, feel so refreshed. And you're like, oh shit, I got an extra hour in the fall. Then everyone's like, yeah, this is kind of cool. So it is what it is. But I was pretty fucked up yesterday specifically because I went to bed later than I should have, and my alarm goes off. I'm like, there's no fucking way I slept for this long. Oh shit, daylight savings. I didn't know it was happening. That was my thing. I didn't know it was happening this weekend. It surprised me because it's not fucking spring yet.
Yes.
Spring forward, fall back, not end of winter, fall back.
It's also interesting that some of us here in the Orlando area are dealing with a tornado twister warning.
Yeah, I did
early
get some
in the
of those.
morning.
I got some of those warnings this morning, like around 9:30, something like that. We had a we had a storm system pass through, and it does look like there was a little tornado, like maybe like an EF0, EF1 type of thing that maybe might have briefly touched down in the Orlando area. Yeah.
I went to my P.O. box yesterday because somebody sent me a gift.
The butter dish.
There's a reason why you don't have. You don't have a P.O. box, right?
Oh, I do. No one ever sends me anything. I shouldn't say
Oh.
that. I have a handful of people that send me very nice things every once in a while. So, but I do have a P.O. box. Yeah.
Yeah, you get some every now and then.
Sometimes I get some hate mail.
I was hoping for I want my butter dish collection to hit 20. Still waiting on some more of those. So please, if you feel like sending me your butter dish or your butter bell or whatever, I'd be happy to take that off your hand. But I got this giant box, and I opened it to my surprise. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Is it a big black dildo?
No.
Oh. What the fuck?
A giant gremlin here from Gremlins 2.
She looks all puckered up and ready to go.
Yeah. I don't know what to do with it.
I say you put it right on top of that the video game system that's directly behind you.
But then you'll probably only see this part the whole time if it's behind me.
You got to mount it on the wall or something.
Yeah,
that's a nice gift right there.
I'm not denying it, but man, you wake up in the middle of the night and this thing's staring at you. I don't know what I don't know if I'm gonna shoot it or what. I don't know.
That looks like a Dan Vask fan right there.
I was thinking about just sticking it in a random window in the home, so when neighbors walk by, they can just see this thing just staring at it,
just peeking out, right?
Yeah. It's just what the heck is that'll teach them to leave my house and don't go to that guy's house. I don't know what's going on. So
just have it peeking out the bottom of the window, and people do a double take because they think it's a dog. They're like, oh, is there a dog there? And oh shit.
Yeah, something. Dogs probably would go crazy, but It's actually really nicely constructed.
Someone
And
says Savvy's hanging out with Jay this morning.
oh, God dang. Dang, that's rough. Yeah, I don't know. You know, it's like when people come over for some coffee and crumb cake. It's like, do you just have this in the living room as a conversational piece? You know, do,
I
do
think
you put it?
so.
Do you put it as a lawn ornament? You know, for the whole world to enjoy? I don't
It would
know.
get all. No, you can't put it in the rain and everything. It'll get all messy. You
I
gotta.
think it'll last, man. What this is, whatever it's made out of.
Yeah, but the hair.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You got to put it in a
Yeah.
position of prominence in the setup.
It's freaking. It's big, man. It's a big thing.
That is pretty big.
It's a big thing, and yeah, it's sturdy. So
Why are you grabbing its tits?
I was slapping it, slapping.
Well, the first time you just like grabbed it and kind of pushed it, like caressed it a little bit.
People in the chat were asking if it was soft. So yeah, it's soft. There you go. Just so y'all know.
There you go. Very cool, Jay. Look at that. You never know what you're gonna get. Never know what you're gonna get when you open the PO box. I've had some really cool stuff. Somebody sent me like those glasses that have like bullets in them.
Oh yeah.
Somebody sent me a really nice set of those with my name on them, which was awesome. Nice. Sometimes people send me random T-shirts. Deeds Minnesota recently sent me a Bears hoodie for me to wear during the winter. So that's going to be fucking awesome for this upcoming season. So yeah, I do get some really cool stuff.
I got a Ray Finkel jersey too for Christmas, so that was kind of neat.
Ray Finkel,
yeah, the Dolphins from Ace Ventura. Dolphins kicker, yeah, pretty much sums up their season anyway. Now it's staring at me the whole time. Maybe I might have to turn it around.
Well, empty-headed for 199 says, I agree with Josh. Bring Jay back.
He's not coming back.
Jay's gone. Excommunicado. TJ, member for 30 months. A study came out showing that farmers hate daylight savings time more than any other group out there. Daylight savings time was never for farmers. Who the fuck was it for then, TJ?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why does daylight savings exist?
Everyone's Ace Ventura quotes in the chat. I love it. I love it. I have gotten some really amazing gifts in the P.O. box.
Daylight savings originated as a wartime effort to save fuel and energy. Basically because there's more light during the day, so you don't have to have any artificial lighting and stuff like that at night. Or during the day, if you get an extra hour. Whatever.
World War II?
I know that when I worked at the golf course, we loved daylight savings time. We loved daylight savings time because it was another hour out there for people to come out and try to get around to golf and try to get 9 holes in after they get off work or whatever. So
some more golf talk for you, chat. I know you loved it last time.
Yeah, everybody loves it. Everybody loves it. Stephen De Leon for 2. Giving Josh that money, it helps us in cap space. I don't think giving Josh all that money helps you with cap space. No, obviously, but it does give you 6 years at that. And the rate that the cap is going up and up and up, and the more people get deals, it probably won't look so bad at the tail end of that contract for Josh Allen. But no, it doesn't. I don't think it helps you really.
Oh, I was about to say,
I'd have to look at the actual. I'd have to look at the actual thing. It might help you in cap space for 1 or 2 years, depending on the structure of the deal. I don't know though. Ben West, Jay, the flower garden video was nice. You made a video about a flower garden.
Oh, are you talking about park hopping? Yeah. Flower and Garden Festival. I just took a little stroll in the cool of the day to show everyone the pretty flowers.
In the cool of the day to show the pretty flowers. Man, I'm so not a theme park guy.
Yeah, I hear that.
But we do have some theme park news.
Yes.
That relates to Star Wars news.
Of all things.
If you want to get that going, Jay.
Of course. Of course. Thank God Twitter's working again.
Yeah, Twitter being down. Twitter was down for a couple hours, and it fucked me up, man. Not because I desperately need to be on Twitter, but because I was trying to get ready for the stream and I had a lot of Twitter links that we were going to talk about. And all of a sudden, I couldn't access any of that shit. So it was rather annoying, but it got fixed. Thanks, Elon, or whoever got it fixed. I don't know why it was down for so fucking long.
Let's see. Let's get this over the weekend.
Does this work now, by the way? Can everybody see this?
Yeah. Let me make sure. I think it got it fixed. Oh, I see you. Janet Stills in the chat. What's up?
I see it. I see it.
All right. So over the weekend, Disney had another thing that they do where they bring out and talk about a lot of stuff happening in the theme parks as well that connects to the different movies. And at the SXSW, new details for the Mando and Grogu's Millennium Falcon mission was revealed. And this was the concept art that they were giving. So if you notice in this art, they've got the Razor Crest back, which was apparently blown up in season 2. They've got the Millennium Falcon with the wrong satellite dish. And they also have Cloud City. So apparently this is all going to be put together in the ride. Well, they had good old Jon Favreau out there talking about it. And
this is at South by Southwest, by the way, just so everyone knows. That's where this presentation occurred. So that's what SXSW stands for.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. It says during the panel of the future of the world building at Disney, the Mandalorian creator and Disney legend is what they call him, Jon Favreau, was joined on stage by Imagineers talking about what's coming to Batuu. So this is where it gets interesting. So they're saying there's going to be a new Smuggler's Run adaptation for the ride. So it says right here, working alongside the Mandalorian team, the Imagineers captured scenes for the attraction on the movie set. And you might see some familiar and beloved Star Wars location aboard the Millennium Falcon. Care to take a trip to Cloud City, anyone? Then Jon Favreau says this isn't going to retell what happens in the movie. It's more like participating in something that happens just off camera from what you see in the film. Favreau he explained. It's basically it's not rehashing, the film, but they're taking stills from the movie to put into the ride. So this is where my theory comes in that they're going to add Han, Luke, or Leia into the Mando and Grogu film, because who the heck is piloting the Millennium Falcon? Also, for all those people, I'm sure by now know that the sequel trilogy isn't getting retconned. As you can see here, one of the pictures is the broken up Death Star from Return of the Jedi. And I could zoom in on those pictures moving forward. They also talk about these droids that, what are they called? The BDX droids that will also be in the film. That was also in The Rise of Skywalker. Jon Favreau goes, yeah, you saw these droids in The Rise of Skywalker. They will now be in the Mando and Grogu film. And you could also visit them at the Disney parks. So they're trying to pull everything together.
And obviously those BD droids became very popular in the Jedi Survivor Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor games. That's Cal Kestis' little droid that he's got on his back, BD1. I know a lot of girls go crazy over those little droids. So just more cuteness, I guess, to add for feminine Disney Star Wars. I guess you have that with the little BD droid.
I think so.
But
I want to pull up the art that they're using. So just so you can get a clearer picture. So yeah, There's the Falcon, there's the Razor Crest, there's Cloud City. If all that's going to be in the film and they're incorporating it in the ride, because they're not opening the ride until the film is released. They're doing it the same day because of spoilers or something along those lines. So there's a reason why they're not just plugging this into the ride today to hype up the movie, is because of spoilers for the film. So the exact same day that the movie opens, the ride is going to open as well, where you could pilot the Falcon and help the Mandalorian and Grogu do something on Cloud City. Again, this is the picture here of the Death Star that was supposed to be, exploded into nothingness. But I guess now
over there, huh?
Yeah, well, it's something that you've been saying for a long time, that all roads lead to the sequel trilogy, and they're not batting away from it. They're trying to make it all make sense. Maybe this film is going to tie in a lot of loose ends to make it more relevant. I don't know. Who knows what they're going to do? But yeah, so that's the Death Star. Obviously, it just broke into pieces, and then I guess it falls into that planet. That's where Rey finds it in The Rise of Skywalker. And of course, they can't get away. I'm assuming that's Tatooine, but shoot, man, that could be Jakku if all I know. So they're adding all that to the ride. Now, these were concept pictures taken from the movie. So the assumption is that the Falcon will be in the movie somehow,
So
either maybe
I
a
just want to
flashback scene or something. I don't know.
uh,
So
I want to clear something up. I don't think these are concept scenes for the movie. I think these are concept scenes that were developed for the ride. But they went on set to get inspiration.
correct.
Right. So these are specifically for the ride. They're not for the movie. However, what they said was they were able to, take things that happen on set to get inspiration. They understood what the story was going to be, blah, blah, blah. A few things for me, I guess. I have been very adamant that I think at some point in time, we are going to get a de-aged, not recast, but simply de-aged bullshit Han, Luke, and Leia. My guess was it was going to be in the Dave Filoni movie, the big culmination that they're supposed to be doing. I wouldn't put it past them to have them appear in Mando and Grogu. However, and this is something I pointed out to you earlier, the Smuggler's Run ride, when you like normally do it, the pilot and everybody, the crew, everybody, it's you, right?
Correct.
You're taking the Falcon out and helping the Resistance do something. I wouldn't put it
you
past
go
them
find coaxium.
Right. So I wouldn't put it past them for this one. You're in the Falcon. You happen to be going out to help Mando. It doesn't necessarily mean that the Millennium Falcon with Han, Luke, and Leia is suddenly going to appear in the movie, or that that's what's supposed to happen. I don't even understand what the Razor's Crest is doing there. But maybe he gets a new ship in the film. Maybe we see that happen. He ditches his Naboo starfighter and gets a new Razor's Crest. I don't fucking know. But I would just say, just because they're going to try to show something alongside of what happens in the movie doesn't necessarily mean that the Falcon's even going to be in it, but possibly it could be.
Man, that's what I think. I think they're going all in. They already put Luke in season 2. I don't see why they wouldn't try to bring up the others, and they're just tying this all in. There's just too much, in my opinion, that's tying this all together, that they're gonna have the Luke, Han, and Leia. Leia could buzz in from some communication thing. Who knows? That's how they do that one. But it's very interesting. Hey, maybe it's Lando. Maybe they gave Lando the Falcon with Chewbacca. He's like, hey, I need some help, to take over Cloud City. Maybe you could pilot the Falcon and rescue me. I don't know. But I wouldn't put it past him. Anyway, I'm still standing on it. They're bringing back the original trilogy in this movie. I could be dead wrong, but I haven't been yet.
You've never been wrong ever?
Not when it comes to Mandalorian.
Okay.
That's the only thing. For me, but still, it just answers a lot of, it solidifies a lot of answers that a lot of people have been asking. Like, will they ever retcon the sequel trilogy? Absolutely not. It's just going to be a part of their lore forever.
I don't like, for anybody that seriously thought that they were going to do that, or remember, it's almost like 5 years ago. So it's, hard to remember back that far, when people were adamant that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni were retconning the sequel trilogy with The Mandalorian and all this stuff. It was all bullshit. It was always bullshit. It was never going to happen. And from the very first couple episodes of Mandalorian, they're working to tie into the sequels, not to retcon them. So it's just stupid. And I don't know how anybody couldn't see that, but hope is a crazy drug.
That is true. They got to get they got to figure out somehow to get people in the seats. I don't know if the nostalgia bug works anymore when it comes to Star Wars. They've used it up so much, but the last thing they need is another disaster on their hands, which is, did you see like the article that they released that I don't know if it was like Deadline or something with the And of course, my Twitter's down now with all the charts on how Disney has finally admitted that they lost money on all these films, that they went over budget on all of these projects, that they said because like I guess the UK tax numbers like came out from the different series and the movies and how much over budget they went. So they actually did like lose a lot of money. You would think I would have that ready to go, but
those are out there. I mean, those have been out there for a while because I mean, those were filmed those came out in 2015, 2017, 2019. And obviously Force Awakens was very expensive, also hit $2 billion. Last Jedi, very expensive, 1.7. Rise of Skywalker lost a fuck ton of money for them though. Because despite it barely cracking $1 billion, it cost a lot of money. Note, never let Ryan touch your gremlin. I'm not the one who's touching it. Jay was feeling it up. B Chain, problem is, get rid of daylight savings time and everyone in the U.S. would bitch the sun sets too early in the summer. There's no winning. 100% they would. Yeah, so I don't mind daylight savings. I bitch about it for a day. That's about it. Crispy Noken, member for 24 months. Scan in, mash the melee button, and hail all. Fuck daylight savings time. Hate losing an hour of sleep. But don't you like it when you get it back? Ellie Reen, I'm not going to sleep tonight after witnessing that gremlin. Tobias, finally got to stream the OBT for Wild Assault. Think I did all right till I tried the real competitive mode, got steamrolled. Sadly, it ends soon again, but it was fun to participate in show. Well, hey, I'm glad you got to play, Tobias. You've been talking about it for a while. That's awesome. Jeremy's Trump body pillow. Jay, nobody wants to see your body pillow.
Oh, sorry about that.
Kingdom Hearts Gamer becomes a YouTube member. Thank you. Can't wait to see James Lynch Snape. Good God. We're going to talk about that. Don't worry. Don't worry. Jeremy the Cyborg, I sent Jay a whole massage chair. Is that true?
Yeah, he did.
What the fuck?
It's awesome.
Carl Sagan for 2. Can you stop saying the N-word so much, Ryan? I don't think I've ever said that word on YouTube. So I don't know what you're talking about, Carl. Crazy Clown Town. Happy
Mario Day.
Marten Day. I don't know what Mario Day is.
Today's Mario Day.
Is it Mario Day because it has any significance or just because it's a fucking meme because it says March 10?
I'm not the right person to ask.
Is Krista?
Yeah, probably. I probably posted that. Wait, let me just show you this real quick. This is what you're talking about. Sorry to like cut. Like this article came out yesterday. Disney reveals 3 of its Star Wars movies were over budget. This is the stuff you said that was already out, right? These numbers.
Oh, well, I haven't seen the ones for Andor season 2 or the Acolyte or whatever.
Okay.
Under budget for Rise of Skywalker. Okay. But no, like I don't know what they're taught, what this new thing is. This is just something that they like just came out and said, hey, by the way, these went over budget from 10 years ago.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, this was on Forbes.
Where are the actual numbers? Can you go down?
It doesn't share. That's the only graph that it has.
Yeah, like I guess you can adjust whatever you want to claim that, oh, well, we accounted for these reshoots, so we feel like it's in budget, blah, 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 whatever. But we have the actual
Yeah, the actual tax right? The tax documents.
I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick.
Yeah, Acolyte over budget. Imagine my shock. Solo was over budget. I guess because they fired directors and rehired.
Yeah, they reshot the entire thing.
Last Jedi was over budget. Rogue One was over budget. and The Force Awakens was within. They said The Rise of Skywalker was under. It's interesting.
Here, so, bro, this is insane. The Rise of Skywalker, bro.
Oh man,
This is fucking insane. Unfortunately, Forbes, I don't know if I can open another fucking Forbes article, so I'm going to send it to you. And this is why what you just showed right there means fucking nothing. Can you open this up? Like what they just showed.
Where did you send it?
To the private chat.
Ah, good.
Yeah. What they just said, this is over, this is under. So Disney did claim that Rise of Skywalker came in under budget. However, when you look at what they actually spent on the movie, you'll realize that it doesn't really matter if Disney told you it came in under budget because of what they fucking spent on it. So let's scroll down here. Disney reveals Star Wars was in budget. That's despite the movie having total costs of $588.2 million.
Jeez. Disney's disclosed that it was below the production budget, despite having a total cost of $588.2. It isn't actually as bizarre as it sounds.
Right. And basically she's going to go on to like try to claim why it was why with all the costs associated with the movie, it
Some Steiner math,
just
huh?
its standard production budget, but you twist this, twist that, everything. So just think about that. Despite the movie having a total cost of almost $600 million,
Jeez.
how much did it make at the box office? $1 billion?
Just crossed
right?
over $1 billion, yeah.
Right, which means it did not cover the cost of production, strange as it sounds. But like, think of how insane that is. Disney claims it came in under budget, but they spent $588 million fucking dollars on it. So that chart you just showed, it could mean whatever they want it to mean.
Yeah, that's true.
Time. You know?
That's true.
So,
but
anyway,
crazy.
That's all I wanted to point out when it comes to that. Fucking wild. All right, happy Mario Day, I guess. Whatever. Kevin for 10. I agree with Dan Vask. Jay's voice makes you want to poop.
Disgusting.
Maybe it's just because it's the morning. So apparently hantavirus killed Hackman's wife. Yeah, all the stuff came out about that several days ago. So his wife, who was his like primary caretaker, and it sounds like he had Alzheimer's, died of some virus, some rare virus that you can catch from mice or something like that. So she died of that virus. And based on the coroner's report and everything, it looks like Gene Hackman lived for a couple days, maybe even up to a week more, and was probably just out of it. Didn't even know what was going on because he's an old man with Alzheimer's, and he eventually died. So
he just wandered around the house for a week, hoping something would happen.
Who knows? But yeah, that's the story. Everybody wanted it to be some super crazy fucking whatever, but it's kind of just a sad story about an old man.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there'll be some people that say,
that still
sounds weird. I'm sure it does.
She was in a she was mummified. She was wrapped up in towels as a mummy.
Yeah, traditional Egyptian burial. God Phoenix, I doubt very much Han Solo would want to go back to Cloud City. He probably would to help out his buddy Lando. The chat, Slodo and X-Wing were playing a golf simulator game the other day. You two should challenge them. It would be epic.
Pass.
Yeah. We'll play real golf because they can't. Yeah. My cum smells. I bet the ride breaks down on opening day.
Wouldn't be surprising.
That ride doesn't really have many problems because it's not really a fucking ride. You just like sit in a fucking room and they play stuff on screens, right?
The worst part is if you don't get the pilot you're stuck sitting in the back pushing a button and hope that whoever is the pilot is steering that thing correctly. Because if you get like someone that doesn't know what they're doing, they keep crashing that thing. The ride is not fun.
Yeah,
So
and that's kind of what I mean when I'm talking about. I get what you're saying about them bringing Han, Luke, and Leia, and I do think they're going to do that at
yeah,
some point, whether it's this movie or the Filoni movie or whatever. I 100% think that's going to happen. However, I think that just because of the way that Smuggler's Run is now, it's not like Rey and Chewie are piloting and you're helping them or something. You are the crew. You are the pilot. You
correct.
are the gunner.
Chewbacca is in the ride though. He
Right.
yeah, he does the remote pilot thing. So maybe they'll. It's
Yeah.
just to me, it's just too many coincidences that they don't want it open before the movie comes out. That they're trying to redo Galaxy's Edge and get rid of the stupid timeline. Who has a timeline in a theme park where it's like at the Last Jedi? So they're trying to break that apart. And that they got concepts for the ride from being on the set and seeing the film. So to me, it's just like it's a lot of coincidences like put together. So I could be wrong. It could be a nothing burger or whatever. They just want people to experience flying through Cloud City in the Falcon while you're piloting it. That could be it. I don't know. I don't think so, but that's just me. That's just me.
Groovy Lava Squirrel Medic for 2. Just do the Darth Bane trilogy and make billions. But, if you did it from the actual expanded universe and not Dave Filoni's bastardized version of Bane, maybe. But I don't trust any of the people.
No, they're bringing back Mara Jade, so you never know.
By that, you mean to the theme park?
Yeah, you could buy her lightsaber and read her book or her comic book.
Yeah, Mara Jade, Emperor's Hand. Jade Skywalker for $1.99. I love Jane Ryan. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Single guy cooking for 2. Jay's soothing brown note voice just in time.
Single cooking. What are you making?
Do you know what a brown note is?
I don't want to know. I don't think.
You sure?
What is a brown note?
Brown note is like the theoretical note that you would play that is at a frequency that makes people shit their pants.
Really? That's a thing?
Yeah. I don't know if it's actually like feasible to happen. There was a really funny South Park episode on it though. Tobias Nexus for 5. California voted to follow Arizona's lead to get rid of daylight savings time several years ago, but we still have it. Love government efficiency.
Wait, they voted to get rid of it, but they still do it?
Fuck Arizona. All you Arizonaites heard me.
Isn't that where the Alamo is?
Daylight savings time. We're special. Just means you guys are fucked up all the time. Oh, well, no, we're 3 hours ahead. Well, now we're 2 hours ahead. Just get on board. In Indiana, it used to be by county. So, like, you could be driving across the state and, like, the times would be different because each county was opting in or out to daylight savings time. And it was a fucking nightmare, to be honest.
Boy, how absurd is that?
Yeah, it was kind of funny. I think I think everyone does it now, though, as far as I know. However, there are a couple counties in Indiana that are on central time zone because of their proximity to Chicago. And so many people work in Chicago or commute to Chicago that those are specifically on central. Which is also can throw you through a little bit of a loop. Jay, someone sent me 5 Transformers as a gift, and I have no idea what they are. Can I send you pictures of them so you can help me out with it?
Sure. I could try. Az would be better. So would Colehauser, who's in our chat probably.
Yeah, Colehauser would probably know.
Could probably try.
Eldritch for 17 months. Smuggler's Run has problems when there are women drivers. Am I right, Jay?
Yeah. Keep
or like
crashing that thing, man. The ride is
kids are the pilots.
The ride. I was with Eldridge and we were on that ride. And yeah, there was a woman a woman pilot, and she kept crashing it. So this is a true story. She kept crashing the Falcon so bad that the ride stopped, and the lady came and got us off the ride.
Like you guys lost.
Like it just stopped. It just said like there's a problem. So me and Eldridge got taken. We got taken off the ride. Like it. He can confirm. He's in the chat. But yeah, it's like we got on the thing. Yeah, he goes, yeah, true story. It's like I couldn't believe it. She kept crashing this freaking thing, and it's just after a while, it just gets annoying because the whole thing just shakes. So then when we got off, I was like, man, that sucked, you know? And so they felt so bad. They gave me and Eldridge a line skipper pass to say, sorry about that. You can ride it again and don't have to wait in any line.
Yeah, because the fucking ride, you have 6 people in there, right? And
yeah,
the 2 people that are piloting are the only ones that actually get to do shit.
Correct.
And everybody else is just sitting there and pushing a button that flashes.
Correct.
What a fucking shitty ride, by the way.
It's stupid. Yeah, it's stupid. That's what I say. If you're not the pilot, there's no point in even going on it. Because one person goes up and down, the other person goes left to right, you know? So they got to coordinate. And like you're flying through tunnels. She just kept hitting like, and then she panicked and she was like, she put her hands up and we're all like, oh my God. Here we go.
Was she old? Was she young? Was she fat?
She was, I'd want to say in her 30s.
What?
Her husband was like yelling at her from the seat behind. You know? He was like behind her. And he was like trying to like point at her to do this, do that. And she just was like, she's just.
Bro, I would leave her dumb ass at the fucking park. Fuck that shit. You can't handle that type of non-pressure situation. Fuck you. Get out of here. Get out of my life. Jason Yankovic for 2. I'm sure that Captain Falcon came in under budget. Yeah, it's just like, it's such bullshit. Jeremy's crushed toe for $2. Look at that toe.
Good Lord. Did he hurt his toe or something?
Jeremy?
Yeah. Is that why that account was? Is that why that account was made?
Story about him like dropping a pallet or something on his fucking toe. Him crushing his toenail. I don't think it looks like that, but maybe it does.
I've never
Peyton Wayne for $20. Happy birthday to Chuck Norris and myself. Also, happy Mario Day and happy day drinking for a weekday. From today to St. Patty's Day, I used to have a week-long party because it's the perfect excuse. St. Patrick's Day is what, the 17th or something? Is that right?
It should be.
When is St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, next Monday, right?
Yeah, Monday, March 17th. Thank you, Hayden. Yes, St. Patrick's Day right around the corner. It is a good excuse. That is a good excuse. Jeremy is gay for $1 with a Photoshop picture of Jeremy holding up the gremlin.
Boy, that was quick.
That was very quick. Super Vask 3D. Jay has a brown voice.
Is it when I sing or when I just try to explain stuff? You got to be specific.
I don't know. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Dan Vask, for the $10. The Trillis for $5. Just imagine how much money Disney Lucasfilm would have saved if they hired individuals off of merit that are also passionate about those IPs. Well, I guess it's time to get into the who has to Google the date for St. Patrick's Day? Well, I said it was the 17th, right? And then I Googled it to confirm it. But yes, indeed, it is the 17th.
Man, my Twitter is done.
It's done. It's crashed out.
It's done. It's crashed out.
A timeout occurred. Visit Cloudflare for more information.
Yeah, I'm glad I got my rumor story in quick. If not, I would have been totally screwed.
Bro.
I wouldn't have had those photos.
It's been fucked up for hours now.
Yeah.
Hours.
It had a moment of like, it took like a deep breath and it had a moment and then it just went. Not only that is crashing, Bitcoin is crashing, stock market is crashing. What's happening here? What is going on?
Those all must be related to X.
I think so. Could be
What's
related to the
Bitcoin
show.
price at?
Last time I checked, it was at 79. It might have gone up a little bit.
It's up over 80.
Oh, did it go back up?
Yeah, it's up $300 today. Calm down, Jay.
All right, I'm calm.
When'd you get in on Bitcoin?
46.
Okay, I think you're fucking fine then.
Yeah.
Yeah, son of a bitch. Fucking sitting here. The only savings I have is what I find between my fucking couch cushions. You're bitching about your fucking Bitcoin that's gone 2x what it was when you bought in. Well, it used to be 2.5x. Well, now it's only 2.
I needed at 150 to actually see something really amazing.
Fuck that. But I hope it bounces back for you soon.
Thank you.
Over on Rumble, B. Barrett for 2. I wonder who could have killed Dumbledore. Everyone looks around at Black Snape. Yes, I can't wait to see the guy who everybody thinks is suspicious and shady and up to no good, who's the only fucking black dude. It's going to be amazing. X is working in Banana Republic, South Africa, says Anjanette.
American thing, huh?
I think it might have just come back up from me. At least now it's not timed out. It's now like spinning. But
Real
no,
time.
it's still fucked up.
Yeah, I got the spinning wheel of death.
I think I'm okay because I already have these things pulled up, luckily. But we might as well get into this. The news about the new Harry Potter casting actually broke, I believe, while we were live on Friday.
We were live.
Is
That's
that right, Jay? We were live on Friday when the news came out that Papa Asidu, who had been eyed to play Severus Snape in the Harry Potter series, which generated a significant amount of controversy a couple months ago when that story broke. Not that he was being cast, but simply they were taking a look at him for the role. And it generated a lot of controversy because he looks nothing like the way the character is described in great detail over and over again in the books, because Papa Asidu is, spoiler alert, black. And now it appears that this is official, that this is a casting that is happening. Papa Asidu closing deal for Severus Snape. And certainly what we have witnessed over the course of the weekend, this is not some, it's just a small group of people who think this is bullshit, the people that are railing against DEI, the people who don't like race swaps. No, there is a large section of people, including people that aren't political, including people from the other political side of the aisle, who are saying, I'm all for diversity and for, changing some cast members, but this is the wrong person to do it to. And it 100% is. Harry Potter fans fume at blackwashing as HBO closing in on actor to play Snape. Just horrible casting. According to Deadline, Isaidu, 34, is reportedly closing his deal to play the Potions Master hero, a Byronic hero, while Oscar and Emmy-nominated actress Janet McTeer is in negotiation to play Minerva McGonagall, who had previously been portrayed by Dame Maggie Smith. The news of Asidu's potential casting has sparked outrage on social media, with many fans expressing their disapproval. I have nothing against Papa Asidu. I'm sure he's a great actor, but no one can do what Alan Rickman did. And I don't even think it goes beyond that. Alan Rickman gave a great portrayal, but he doesn't look anything like the way Snape looks. He doesn't look anything like the way that Snape is described in the books. And what HBO told us was that this was going to be a faithful adaptation of the books. Explicitly, that's how they pitched this to fans. That's what they told everyone. And one of the first casting announcements that gets made means you're not being fucking faithful.
Exactly.
Papa Asidu is a good actor. I like him in The Outrun, but what the fuck is this? There's not a single thing about him that screams Snape. It's not even so weird. It's interesting. It's just horrible casting. Others criticize the casting choices as blackwashing and claim Asidu doesn't match Snape's description from the books. And Jay, even our boy Paul Tassi over at Forbes got in on this. Papa Asidu as Snape sets off 5 different Harry Potter controversies. And here's the multiple reasons, right? The casting has set off a long string of conversations from many different sides of the fandom, or even outside that for multiple reasons. On social media, the reactions range from the following. Severus Snape is supposed to be far from traditionally attractive. And Asiru, star of Gangs of London and I May Destroy You, is ... certainly conventionally attractive. Well, there you go. It's a strange way of putting it, Paul. It almost feels like if they'd have to force him to wear loads of makeup or even prosthetics to fit this role, which seems somewhat baffling. And although
wait, hold on.
Go ahead.
Loads of makeup. So they're saying that they would make him white.
That's not what he's referring to.
Okay,
so
I just wanted to clear it up because I'm like, what the freak?
So he's referring to the way that Snape looks apart from the color of his skin, which
like
is
nose,
the long, greasy black hair, a long hooked nose, right? Like shit like that. And Snape is an ugly motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's just the truth. Even Alan Rickman is probably too traditionally handsome or whatever to play the character. He should be an ugly piece of shit, just for the record.
Got it.
In addition to his looks, Severus Snape is also described as the following in the Harry Potter books when he's introduced. Snape is described as a thin man with sallow skin, a large hooked nose, and yellow uneven teeth. He has shoulder-length, greasy black hair which frames his face and cold black eyes. So Asidu is certainly a departure from that for multiple reasons, including his race. And I just want to point out, too, that for the people and this dumb fuck, I destroyed this stupid cocksucking piece of shit.
I'm glad you got your tweet because I wanted you to pull that up.
Yes. This is the exact description of Snape from the book. He has greasy black hair, a hooked nose, and sallow skin. None of that points to a specific race of a person, says Ryan. I'm embarrassed to share a name with you, you dumb cocksucking fuck. Of course, he got community noted. J.K. Rowling has drawn 4 illustrations of Severus Snape as a white man. In the 10th anniversary of the first book, she listed one of the illustrations of Snape as she always saw him. And obviously, he is white. But the problem is, if you just go with that same line over and over again, the same thing you'll get if you type it into Google and they give you the first introduction of his character. And that's what AI tells you. That's what Grok tells you because Google AI and Grok are fucking retarded as well. It omits the other, the majority of the rest of the book and the other 6 novels where he multiple times specifically is described as pale, as white. There's one where Snape was white-faced and tight-lipped. There's another when Snape was white with rage. And there's another, one of the very last appearances we have from the character, where his face is literally described as marble white. So you have to ignore all of those other things to pretend like the description of him doesn't specifically point to his race. It absolutely fucking does.
Yeah, they should never have made that statement that they're going to be, they're going to follow along with the book. Don't worry, guys. It's going to be a true adaptation of the book.
Yeah, you know what? If they'd come out and they said, hey, this is going to be a modern day reimagining, then you know what? People would totally have expected this and people wouldn't have got excited about it in the first place and all these things.
Yes.
But you told people it's going to be a faithful adaptation. And then this might be my favorite. Obviously, Asidu's black. While being black or white may not be inherent to Snape's character, Potter fans note this will set up situations like James Potter bullying a young black kid in the 70s, which are certainly not good optics, and totally change the dynamics of a Lily James Snape storyline. And yeah, this is one of my favorite posts right here. So I guess this scene where Harry's dad hangs Snape from a tree is not going to be in the new adaptation. And then the best part, I think, is actually this reply. And this is a direct quote from the books. Wait for the moment where Lily asked James why he hates Snape so much. And his answer, quote, it's more the fact that he exists, if you know what I mean.
Whoa. Yeah, that won't be in the show.
Right? All of
that won't be in the show. They won't do that.
All of these things now have to be viewed through a little bit different lens now that you blacked Severus Snape, the kid who's from a shitty part of town, who gets bullied for wearing secondhand clothes. He's poor, right? He's ugly. This is the person who you now have turned into a black dude that gets bullied by white people. It's a fucking joke. It's a disaster. And even I've seen a lot of Harry Potter channels or creators or whatever that typically do not get involved in any type of culture war, whatever. And even when they apologetically are like, look, I'm all for diversity, but this is the wrong choice. It's garbage. You have pissed off a large portion of the fan base with race swapping this incredibly important character in the series. It's garbage. It's bullshit.
I wonder if they're gonna do more of it. Maybe they'll race swap some other characters. They should literally come out, like you said, just say, well, we're gonna take some liberties to make it more suitable for a modern audience.
Well, I put out this I just made a joke the other day. Come the fuck on.
Yeah, mine's not working.
Twitter, go fuck yourself. Well, I put out a post yesterday that was literally just a joke. I said, report Forrest Whitaker cast to play Mad-Eye Moody in the Harry Potter series. And a lot of people took it seriously. But I mean, after this casting announcement, how could you not take it seriously?
You used that picture of Forrest Whitaker with his eye all jacked up too. I thought that was a nice touch.
Yeah.
So
that was the point. Yeah, that was the point.
That was a nice touch.
But yeah, if they're going to do this to a character who so clearly is white, described as white, and is so important to the series, and changing the color of his skin completely recontextualizes so many parts of his life. If just by doing that, like, you could fucking do anything's up, like, fair game now.
Sure.
Harry Potter could be a little Indian boy. They could do anything.
You think they're gonna bring in the gay romance?
No.
You sure?
What, for Dumbledore?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so, because it's not part of the books at all, right? And
there was a black Snape.
I know, but what I'm saying is that part of Dumbledore's life is from 70 years prior,
right?
And is not really addressed in the books at all. It's obviously they refer to it in the seventh one as something that happened in the past or whatever, but I don't think there's really an opportunity. But knowing them, they could make it an opportunity, I suppose.
Have a flashback just so they could add the scene.
Yeah, I don't think they will, but
he'll stare into the water, and like
the pensive.
He'll go into some memory of
he'll
lost
go into a
love.
memory, like he'll go into Dumbledore's memory, and all of a sudden Grindelwald is just butt fucking Dumbledore. Like,
and be like, oh, it was a simpler time back then. It was a simpler time. And now here we are.
Maybe they'll turn James black too, so it's just like black on black violence. Nobody cares about that. And then Harry will be half black and assume that James is the father, but really Snape is the father.
I mean, I guess we don't spoil it, but Snape comes around at the end, though, doesn't he? Like, it's kind of like the hero.
Well, he doesn't come around at the end. Like, the entire time he is working like this the entire time.
Yeah, he's working undercover, trying to get things done. So,
yeah, I mean, he helps save the wizarding world. Like, there's no doubt. And he was very brave to do what he did and all that. But it doesn't make him also not a massive pile of shit. So, and he is directly for the record, Snape is the reason that Harry's parents get killed and that Voldemort tries to kill Harry. Because Snape is the one who overhears part of the prophecy and then reports it to Voldemort, and then realizes that Voldemort interprets the prophecy as it being Harry Potter, Lily's son, and is going to go there to kill that child and the entire family. And Snape begs and pleads with Voldemort to, well, just kill James and just kill the baby, spare Lily. Right? That's what Snape is pleading. He's fine with this person that he supposedly loves, with her husband dying, with her child dying, as long as she gets spared. And when Snape finally realizes that he doesn't think that Voldemort's going to do that, he comes to Dumbledore to ask for help to protect the Potters. Now, Snape already kind of knew that this was happening and already had moved the Potters. Like, he knew what was going on. But he uses that opportunity to essentially get Snape to pledge himself to do what he wants him to do in an attempt to save Lily, this person that he has this love for. Doesn't work, dies anyway. Voldemort does give her the opportunity to step aside, but she refuses to. She had the opportunity to live, but instead decides to die for her child, which gives Harry Potter the love protection. And, we know how the story goes from there. But yeah, Snape's a pretty complex character.
Somebody in the chat said, so they're making Undercover Brother 2.
I just want to see Snape's dark mark, yo. Where's Snape's dark mark? Are we going to be able to see it on him? Does he even need to wear long sleeves to cover up the dark mark?
Maybe it'll be a white mark.
Probably not.
Let's just change it.
Anyway, yes. Black Snape. I think it's going to be a nightmare. Rolling Secret Society of Magical Negroes, says Harry Brownhole. Thank you. Carl Anderson, Black Snap is so stupid.
Snap. Black Snap.
Dark Knight Rider. Your father is a grand wizard, Harry. I don't care what Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry tells you. Severus Snape and Cleopatra was black. Butter framed in gold. They should remake Roots and race swap everyone in it. I think you mean. Expecto Patronum is shit. Says Decrepit. Butter framed in gold. I meant to say race swap. I figured it. My cum smells. Whew. Turn to page 394. Oh my God. Chelsea M. What J.K. Rowling doesn't seem to understand is we, the fans, have made her millions, and she and all those involved in this need to stop paying us off. Look, I know they marketed this whole thing as, oh, don't worry, J.K. Rowling will be involved in this, and she obviously is an executive producer for the series. I don't know how much influence she is having or how she feels about this. We haven't heard a single thing from her over these, including the John Lithgow announcement, which John Lithgow, 2 weeks ago, made official and announced it himself. That casting in of itself goes against what her rules were for the production of the movies, which was all British actors. The first one that gets cast as an American actor. I don't know. I'm sure she'll give us, she'll either defend it or give us her opinion at some point in time. But we'll see. Quagmire, Jay, what's your favorite John Carpenter movie?
I just watched Big Trouble in Little China because we're reviewing that tonight on the Drunk 3PO channel. So that one was pretty good. Halloween is Halloween's up there, man. They Live. What else did he do? He did Escape from LA, which I thought was pretty good. My favorite one, it might be Halloween. Halloween was pretty good. The Thing, Halloween was pretty good. He did did he do The Fog?
I don't know.
That was terrifying.
I don't think I saw The Fog.
Everyone's saying The Thing in the chat. That's their favorite one. Thing is pretty. I have to rewatch it again. I haven't seen that in a long time. A long time. But yeah, I just watched Big Trouble in Little China. It's been a while since I've seen that. That thing is crazy.
Michael King cast Peter Dinklage as Hagrid with no CGI.
Yes.
The Trillis, what's next? Is Rubius Hagrid going to be played by Bruce? Cole Hauser for 2. JK is getting some jungle fever. Now we know. Thanks, Cole Hauser.
How are things in Canada? You got a new leader.
Let me make sure we're caught up over on Rumble. Looks like we are, and we're caught up over on locals. Joshua Anderson.
More.
James Potter will be depicted as the evil white man who bullied Snape for being black.
That's the prediction.
See what they do. Jay, what do you got going on today?
Today at 3:00, we have our Park Hoppin' live stream, our panel stream over on the Park Hoppin' channel. A lot of things to discuss as Disney destroys Rivers of America and replaces it with ATVs driving around on sand. So a lot of outrage for that. And then at 6 p.m. on the Drunk 3PO channel, if you're not subscribed to my main channel, we go over classic films with a good group of people over there. Criticalist Blaine joins us. And today we're doing Big Trouble in Little China. So should be a lot of fun. It's always fun there on Mondays. So come hang out with us.
Golden Nuggets to Miss 2 Super sent before the stream started. Yeah, for some reason StreamYard didn't pick them up, but I went back. I think this is it. 5 pounds from Golden Nuggets. I don't get all the Blacklash. I think this Black Cassian is black fine. Black. Thank you. Joe Music said Severus, Adonis, Snape for 2. And then Golden Nuggets also for 2. Will his wand be bigger now? Potentially. To be fair, James did have it coming since he bullied and caused Snape to go down a dark path as a Death Eater and stole the girl he liked. That's a retard way of thinking about it, Joshua Henderson. Like, again, Snape and James fucked with each other all the time. That's what it is, especially like as kids. Snape was already down that path, right? Snape was sorted into Slytherin. That had nothing to do with fucking James bullying him. That had nothing to do with any of that. That's what he wanted. He liked Lily. That doesn't give him the right to have Lily. Lily didn't like him back. Snape was calling anyone that was of the blood descent of Lily fucking slurs in the Harry Potter world. Mudblood. That's what he was calling them. Anyone that was of Lily's descent. Constantly. All the time. Snape drove Lily away from him, not fucking James. And that happened before James and Lily ever started dating. So if you think that James deserved to die because him and a kid used to fuck with each other in school, then that's dumb. Like, James is not the reason Snape turned out the way he did. Snape turned out the way he did because of himself, not because someone bullied him. They fucked with each other. They fucked with each other. But that's going to be it for us today, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us today. And it'll be me and Jay back tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Have a good daylight savings day.
That was yesterday, Jay.
Have a good Monday.
Have a good Monday.